Hello everyone, this is Ghetto Mozart. I'm playing some Schedule 1 today. I'm here at my bungalow, and I would like to show you some early game automation for mixtures. Now this will work for weed, coke, or meth, anything. Here's a setup I have: 3 handlers, 2 chemists. Just a quick setup. This is where I unload. Take 2 full van loads. This is where the final product is. We're making bio-gruel. This is what's outputted. In here is where the magic happens. 8 mixers. You can scale this down all the way just to 1 mixer, and I'll show you how. But I have 8. I'm past mid game, but this has worked so well. I'm into late game and still using it. It's completely AFK. As you can see, here's one of the things that makes it AFK: deliveries. And the reason this works is, as you can see, I have loading docks assigned to this handler and this handler. Yeah, the loading dock for the bungalow is not bugged. So we can have handlers directly unload from this bay directly to the mixers. As you can see, I have a load just coming in, and I'll show you this setup real quick. This is what makes it work: a spacer, 1 addy in here to keep the space of only addy going in there. Same with this Viagra, little spacer. This is what makes this whole procedure work. Before you start these, each one of these 8 mixtures needs to have 1, just 1. Now again, we're making bio-gruel. Here's the recipe if you want to make it yourself, but just to follow along, goes addy Viagra. So we have, this is the first mixing station. Now you can see as soon as this starts, this is why we use the mixing station version 1, not 2, as the handlers have an entire minute once this starts to refill this mixture. As you can see, she easily did that. See how long it takes total. But she'll unload from the van. There you go. It took less than 30 seconds for her to walk back and put this quote-unquote 1 extra addy in there for a spacer. Now when this runs out, the chemist will come in and start it again, and it'll either have 1 addy or 10 addies. And it looks like it's going to have 10 addies once started. Yep, so the chemist will come in, it'll start it, and it'll leave us with 10 and 10. And again, the handler will come from the unload and either put 1 or 10 addies in there. And again, this is the same all the way through. You can see all these are filled now because our handlers are, but as soon as this has a slot available, or as soon as this mixer uses some of these mixing products, our handlers, that will trigger our handlers to unload from here, put them in the mixer. Now how I have it set up, as I showed earlier, we have 1 handler for 4 mixers. Now that's about it, but here's some tips and tricks. So the first mixing station I have, in my opinion, is the most important. So Deborah stands right here. She's the closest one to this mixing station, so I assign her to that one. I know because she's the closest to the bungalow, closest to the door, she'll always make it here first. So I want this always to have, because this addy, the first one, is always going to be running. Almost always. So yeah, that leaves our other handler over here. It doesn't really matter, but she has 5 through 8 mixers. This other handler here is really just moving shelf to shelf, just like this, so we can have a full output, full input, moving shelves here, and her first priority is this large storage rack to the first mixer. Yeah, so this is all you have to do. Just keep making deliveries. You can order 40 of each product if you're doing 8 mixers. You can order less. You can, like I said, scale this down to just 1 mixer, 3 mixers, whatever you want. You can order, if you're just doing 1 mixer super early game, you can just order or get a van full of whatever, of one material, and this will just go and go and go. This has been going for well over a week. I have not changed it. It just produces. So I just drop off material here and go do something else, come back, and there's a bunch of biogruel. I have another video on how I package this, pretty easy and straightforward, but look for that. In the meantime, in the comments, leave what you have in your bungalow setup, or what changes you would make to your mixing setup from this. I'm curious to hear what else you guys have created. This game is awesome. I hope you guys are having a blast too. Have a great day.